So, jumping right in on paper, the 2026 CT200U looks a lot like last year's model. But once you take it out on the trail, those little changes really add up, don't they?
Oh, completely. The reinforced frame and that new sprocket setup actually make the ride feel tighter, less rattle, better control. I was skeptical at first, but you can feel the smoother power delivery the second you hit a bump or twist the throttle.
I love that you mentioned the throttle. It's one of those things you don't appreciate until you try it. Having steadier input makes the bike feel less jittery, especially when you're weaving through rocky sections.
Exactly. And for new riders, that translates to a much friendlier experience. The learning curve isn't as intimidating when the bike isn't fighting you on every twist or turn. Plus, seasoned riders get the payoff with sharper response.
Speaking of response, let's talk about the engine. It's still that 196cc air-cooled setup, right? Coleman really leans into the no-fuss factor here.
Absolutely. And honestly, it's refreshing. No overcomplicated electronics, just solid, old-school mechanics. I took it up some mild hills last weekend, and the low-end torque made it a breeze. For campgrounds or big backyards, it's perfect.
And the smoother gearing this year helps too. Acceleration isn't jerky, and you never feel like you're pushing the engine past its comfort zone. That's a big deal for folks who just want to get on and ride without fiddling.
Yeah, plus, because the power band is so usable, you don't outgrow the bike after a season. It keeps things interesting even after you've gained some confidence.
Funny you mentioned confidence. Let's get into how the new suspension plays into that. I noticed way less hand fatigue on longer rides. Did you get the same impression?
Oh, for sure. The tweaks to the suspension soak up a lot of those smaller bumps that used to really wear you down, and those chunky tires just grip, even when you hit loose gravel or a muddy patch.
And it still feels super nimble, right? I took it through some tight woods trails, and the low center of gravity honestly gave me more confidence than I expected.
Definitely. You don't have to wrestle the bike. The whole setup feels light and predictable, which makes exploring different terrains way more fun.
That actually reminds me, while it keeps that old-school mini-bike look, I noticed Coleman cleaned up the design a bit this year. The seat feels more comfortable, too.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by the extra padding and the sturdier stitching. It's little stuff, but on a long ride, it adds up. Plus, the controls are still super simple and right where you'd want them.
And I think the rear cargo rack is underrated. Being able to bring a cooler or a toolkit just makes the bike more useful for both play and chores.
Totally agree. It's the kind of feature that makes it easy to see why families or anyone doing light work around a property would pick this bike.
Let's talk practicality. I know a lot of folks worry about upkeep on trail bikes, but the CT200U makes maintenance about as stress-free as it gets.
Yeah, it's almost inviting you to tinker. Oil changes, cleaning the carb, chain maintenance, it's all basic stuff. And there's a ton of aftermarket parts out there if you want to upgrade or customize.
That's what I love. Nothing is hidden behind proprietary tech. And if you break something, replacement parts don't cost an arm and a leg.
Exactly. It keeps the bike accessible for beginners and lets more experienced riders have some fun with modifications.
So, who do you see getting the most out of this bike? It seems to span a really wide audience.
Honestly, it's hard to pin down just one group. Families love it because it's approachable and safe for new riders, but I've met plenty of seasoned trail fans who keep one as a go-anywhere backup. It's that mix of reliability and fun that appeals across the board.
And it doesn't pretend to be a high-speed racer or hardcore off-roader. It just does its own thing, really well, simple, dependable adventure for anyone who wants it.
Exactly, it's the kind of bike that brings people together, whether you're just learning or you've been riding for years.
Wrapping up, it feels like the CT200U sticks to its roots, but manages to get just a bit better every year. For a lot of folks, that's all you really need.
Couldn't agree more. It keeps things simple and fun, and the improvements this year genuinely make a difference on the trails. Plus, you don't have to be a pro mechanic or a daredevil to enjoy it.
Well, whether you're looking for a first bike or a no-fuss trail companion, the CT200U is worth a look. Thanks for joining us. Ride safe, and catch you next time on Bike Lane.